Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what this is. This is so we were going to do more live streams while we were in the south, and then things happened. Things happened that ended up
My life became very chaotic.
our life became very chaotic
On
very quickly.
vacation.
Yes, on location. We
On vacation.
on location on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So we came down for our vacation. Um, And we knew it was going to be a little bit hectic just being on vacation because, you had to do everything you had to do. Um, Things that you hadn't done in a long time because you'd been up in the north. Go to the dentist, get your teeth cleaned because there was no teeth cleaning in the Arctic. There was, let's rip a tooth out with some pliers, but there was no tooth cleaning. Eye doctor's appointments, other appointments, just doctor's appointments, just everything. And then we got hit with a surprise. And for those of you that don't know the surprise, it's right over there. And so Aiden's coming back with us. Um, wasn't something we expected, and that really did really did bring up the hectic meter. Meetings with therapists, meetings with doctors, eye doctors appointments again. Dealing with Air Inuit to get them up here, dealing with Air Canada to get them up here, COVID tests, Nunavik Travel Authority, uh, lots of. What's this? Oh, Jamie, how long is he staying with you? Uh, don't know. Possibly forever, possibly not. It all matters what ends up going on. Right now, it's a trial to see how things go, and we move on from there. Um, yeah, but yeah, just rushing to get everything done because we picked the kids up for their visitation on May 10th, and this was dropped on us May 8th, and we really didn't get an answer on what was really going on until like the ninth or so, eh?
Yeah.
Like the Sunday. So it
A
was
busy, busy time.
a busy couple weeks getting that stuff ready. Um, yeah, we have room.
The
We're
girls
good.
will share a room.
The girls will share a room. He'll have his own. Um, there is talk about things happening with us, and if that happens, there's more room in the place we go to. So it is what it is, and it's other than how hectic it's been. It's been pretty amazing. He's a great kid. He's done really well with us. He understands what's expected of him. Well, thank you, Pop Culture Vegan. Um, but yeah, so he's done everything that we've expected of him. We went to do his COVID test. Apparently, when he did his last COVID test, he had sworn to everybody he would die before he did another one. He wouldn't let it ever happen. Nurses came up. It was a drive-through COVID test. Nurses came up, Q-tip in the brain, count to 10, pull it out, and they're like, "Can you come back and show other kids how to do this?" So really, really proud of the kid. All he's ever been on was a little propeller plane that didn't even go very high, like the little farm planes type of thing. So he was on a jet. He was marveled at the jet getting up in the air, and he was so new to flying that he did not
A jet, it was
realize.
an Airbus.
Airbus is a jet.
No, it's not. Smaller.
It was jet engines. That's what makes it a jet. It wasn't a prop plane, but he is so new to flying, he did not realize some of the noises that we were
I didn't
hearing.
realize some of those noises, and I have flown lots of times. That plane was in rough shape.
That was an Air Canada plane. It was in rough shape. On my vlog that we just posted recently of him coming up here, you see me like pan over to across the way, and you can see pink. That's the fiberglass because one of the panels fell while we were flying, and it slipped down, and you could see the windows and the pink insulation and all that. Yeah, and the when we were driving up to the gate, it felt like our tires were flat, and we were like pogoing there. It was really interesting. Well, we're not. We're just in. We're in Montreal right now. We fly to PUV tomorrow. Flights from Montreal to PUV happen almost daily. It's like 5 or 6 flights a week. They do have sometimes a couple flights a day there if it's all cargo planes, but
Mm.
passenger planes usually happen almost every day. It's just the jet doesn't go every day. A lot of times you're on the Dash 8 or the Twin Otter or the other planes doing the milk runs. What's going on here, John? Nope, no beer coming back with me. Uh, I have a kid coming back with me that wasn't expected to come back with me. So him coming back with me has made it so that all the extra weight we'd have in our luggage is now taken up too. Um, just shipping his toys up to the Arctic cost an arm and a leg. Just yeah, so we ended up having to buy more luggage for him. We had to fill that up. So uh, both of us have stuff of his in our luggage. Um, so it was one of those things where there was no room for anything, and there was no money for anything come the time we left, because again a lot of the money we had saved up to do things while we were down here, and we knew while we were down here there was going to be a lockdown and all that because of COVID, but a lot of the money we had saved up to go out to get food or to buy things, all that sort of stuff, has gone to him and the things he needs, because that's really as much as I would have liked to have gone to like Frijoles or something. Getting him glasses and shit is more important.
Yep.
Um, well, Air Canada isn't who we go up to the Arctic in. Um, they can only travel on Air Inuit into Nunavik. Uh, so that is your flight up to the Arctic. Uh, One, because you're going into the Arctic, it's expensive. Two, because they're the only ones going into the Arctic, it's expensive. A round trip ticket from PUV to Montreal, which is only an hour and 45-minute trip normally, is $3,900. And again, that's because nobody else flies up there. So you can charge whatever you want. Um, like $1,900 was his ticket one way.
Yeah, it's about $4,000 round trip per
Yeah.
person.
Harley and Brake with you. It's Harlow and Braith. Good try though. I mean that's actually better than our boss with who is
No,
there.
not our boss. The other one.
Oh yes, the other one.
Bra.
Her yeah, Braith is Bra. Um, but they will be coming back. They're just not up with us right now, and that's not because he's coming back with us this time around. It
That was
was
always the
planned.
plan.
They haven't seen their grandparents in 2 years, so it was going to be a stay home and visit your grandparents until the school year starts again. So that was always the plan, which is actually good with him because it gives us a couple months to get him settled, to level him out, to baseline him, to see how everything's going. Um, we will be we will be moving the rooms around as of tomorrow. Braith, yes, actually that's perfect.
Yep.
But yeah, so they will be coming back, but middle end of July, beginning of August is when we will see them. Um, Again, gives us some time with him too. He didn't go pee, did he?
I don't know.
Here, you talk to the internet for a second. I gotta wake him up before. Hey, buddy.
I think he's out, honey.
Oh, come on. You're joking. I see that's not okay. No, come on. You're old enough to remember this. Did you see that little smile happening?
Your butt crack is on the internet.
Well, stop putting my butt crack on the internet. Hey, Albino Rhino's wife. Oh, so on the TV right now we have Extreme Sisters on. We haven't watched any TLC since we've been to the South because we don't have Discovery Plus down here. And Alicia likes these shows. I watch them just to spend some time with my wife. But this Extreme Sisters thing, there's these like Australian twins, and they share a boyfriend, and everything has to be done at the same time. Like they went to the dentist, and one of them had a cavity that needed her tooth pulled, and the other one's like, "Well, you need to pull my tooth too." And he's like, "Your tooth is healthy." Now they want to have a baby. So how are they both going to get impregnated at the exact same time? And if they have to experience everything the exact same way, what are they going to do if one of them has a boy and one of them has a girl? Because you're not experiencing life the same way. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Anyway, I don't. This is the stupidest show ever. Oh, my phone turned back on. I just updated it before we went back to the north. Um, are we looking forward to going back north, or were we getting comfortable down here? A bit of both.
Yeah.
You get comfortable with the ability,
Conveniences.
the conveniences, yeah, the ability to just go, hey, you know what? I need something, I can order it and it can be at my house the next day. Or, hey, shit, I don't want to cook tonight. I'm just going to order it to my house. So you get comfortable with that stuff. Good night, buddy. You want to say good night to the internet? Oh, come on, you were just smiling.
Good night.
Yeah, so you get creature comfort, stuff like that. You get used to that. Going to the grocery store and buying groceries for 6 kids and 4 adults, and only spending like $80 for a few days. You can get used to that because $80 could be one meal in the north. Just things like that. But getting back to work, getting back to making money, getting back to saving money. We want that because we have plans. We know what we want. We know what our future holds. And no matter what speed bumps we get, we know our goals. So I mean, there was a little speed bump with Mr. 80 coming to us, but that speed bump's already taken care of, and we're moving forward again. So it is what it is. No, we cannot steal pillows from the hotel. We should. What you had to do if you wanted to do that is bring the pillows from the north with us and leave those here and take these ones.
Shitty ones that you pay like $100 for. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Pillows. They suck up there.
I have good pillows, but I expense don't good pillows.
And if you think, you didn't give me any good pillows.
I did, and you didn't want them. You didn't like them, so
don't lie. There. Don't even try and lie. You just stole a good pillows.
No, I
You
didn't.
were like, I got 2 good pillows. They're both mine.
No, I did not.
Who are you gonna believe, guys? Me or her? Look at that face. Look at that face.
Did you just say look at her fat face?
No, I said look at that face. I didn't say look at her fat face.
You're an asshole.
I didn't say look at her fat face. I said look at that face.
He said, look at her fat face.
A domestic with the Mrs. Oh no. Oh wow. See the things she thinks I say about her?
You did say that.
Oh, don't even start over there, Peanut Gallery. She threatens to hurt me earlier today, and he goes, oh, you can deal with that on your own. Is it possible to order stuff from Amazon to there? Yes, it is possible.
Shipping's outrageous.
Here's the shipping costs. Okay, so basic shipping costs, no matter what you order. Basic is $29.99 plus $10.99 per pound. So you order a movie, you're looking at $29.99 to get it there. You order something that's 7 pounds, you're looking at $99.99 to get it there. It is much more feasible if you have friends that can go to a store and buy you something and ship it up to you in a flat rate box. A flat rate box from Canada Post being like 30 bucks for a large box, and anything that's under 11 pounds that fits in that box can be shipped for that 30 bucks. So that's how a lot of the reviews that I do, those reviews would come from buddies of mine in the Niagara region or Toronto region buying me stuff and shipping it up in those boxes. I still have 2 fingers that are painted. My daughter loved it when we had our video chat today. She asked if my toes were still painted, and yes, they're still painted too. I did tell her I was not going to take the stuff off. It was just going to wear itself off. So that might get me some comments if I go into work with sandals on to buy anything ever. Um, in the next little bit because your toes don't wear off as fast as your fingers.
No.
So we have the results from Eden's COVID test right now. We can't get ours yet. What's this one? How long is it going to take to get back up there? It is a 1 hour and 45-minute flight. Oh, she's left me. She's left me, guys. Look. That's what I get to look at now. Those, yeah. That's what I'm looking at now. Let's do this and see what she does. Ow.
Stop. Stop it.
I was tickling her, if you're wondering. So yeah, it's an hour and 45-minute flight with a 45-minute layover in La Grande to refuel. So it's not that long. It was a 6.5 hour flight down, but that's because we did the milk run and we were basically on an Airbus. We were on a Dash 8, so a turboprop plane, and it did not move all that fast. And you had to stop in Inukjuak, you had to stop in Umiak, you had to stop in Kujarapik, and then Montreal. And Kujarapik was where you did security. We got off the plane in Kujarapik when we came down, put our stuff through security. They got to my bag. They're like, "Do you have a bottle of water in your bag?" I'm like, "Yep." They take it out. I get on the plane. I stick my arm in my bag to grab something. I'm like, "There's still 2 bottles of water in my bag." So they found 1 bottle of water out of the 3. I'm like, that's fun. And if you're wondering why we would have bottles of water, well, first and foremost, most airports in the Arctic don't actually have security. Um, and because they've canceled all food and drink on planes because of COVID, you were allowed to bring your own stuff until you ended up at security. Um, Now, the fun part about that story is so they went through our bags in Kujarapik. We go into the Montreal airport the next day to fly to Toronto, and our bags are going through the scan there. And they come up to Alicia and they go, "Is there something sharp in this bag?" She goes, "No." I go, "Are you sure?" She goes, I don't know. Is there? It was Braith's carry-on bag. Braith had a sewing kit. She had like a giant fucking machete-sized pair of scissors in there. We're like, really? Oh, her cream, like she had a giant bottle of hand cream. All this stuff made it through Kujarapik, and their scanner, but it was caught there. And Alicia even said it, and they glared her down. She's like, "Oh, Kujarapik didn't catch that stuff." Like, okay. Um, on our way up today, I got hit with deodorant in my shoes in my carry-on. Again, our weight limits are so close, and we did order a lot of. Well, we didn't order. We went into Walmart and bought a whole bunch of deodorant and stuff because a 2-pack of deodorant down here is still cheaper than a single stick of deodorant up there. And I mean, I have a buddy who is an author and all that, and he's like, deodorant's a racket. I just shower every day. I go, "That's good for you, man. I'm glad you shower every day." Do you know how much soap costs in the Arctic? Do you know how much body wash costs in the Arctic? Do you know how little water you have in the Arctic? Because you have a water tank that is not all that big, and you might get it every second day delivered. So yeah, there is things that you just have to do. In one of my vlogs, when I was making a joke in one of my vlogs where I was cleaning myself with a wet wipe, and I'm like, "This is what you have to do to shower because we haven't had water in 4 or 5 days." I wasn't lying. We had a blizzard, and the water trucks could not get on the road for like 4 days, and then when they could get on the road, they could only get to the houses that were plowed out, and a lot of them weren't. So it was like a 6 or 7 day run before we got water again. And yeah, I was wiping myself down, my nasty bits and all that with wet wipes behind my ears, under my neck, and my nasty bits. And that was how you were cleaning yourself then. That was a great Christmas present. Um,
Honey, there's twins married to twins.
there's twins married to twins.
Twins married to twins.
Is it the Australian twins?
No.
Different
They
twins?
share a boyfriend.
I know they shared a boyfriend, but maybe they dumped him and got a set of twins.
No, they've been with that guy for like 20 years.
So what other comments, questions, concerns do you guys have? There's 9 of you watching right now. Let's talk. We have this time. Aiden's either asleep or pretending again until I go over to shake him. Oh, he's pretending again.
I'm watching TV.
Close your eyes, buddy. You got to get up at like 6:45 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can sleep on the plane too, but
Yeah.
we'll get you up. We'll get you your morning pills, and we'll get the hell out of here. Um. Yeah. Oh, comments. What do we got here? Ever thinking about coming back down to the south so you can get your festival going again in Fort Erie? Well, in all honesty, my festival going isn't the reason why we'd want to come down. We do get 2 trips out starting this year, but unless things change, we're not even going to start even thinking about trying to do the festival because who knows what's going to happen with this COVID stuff. I mean, I'm hoping that we just all reopen, but you never know what they're going to do. So I'm not putting a cent into it until I know that it's going to actually be able to happen. And unfortunately, if it does happen, the dating of it might have to switch. We'll find out how things go. Um, yes, we are thinking about coming back down south. That being said, when we move back down south, our plan is to end up on the East Coast, either PEI, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, or Newfoundland. Though New Brunswick is our number one choice. Now that Aiden's here, he wants us to go to Nova Scotia or PEI. He likes PEI too because of the bugs.
He wants the Amazon rainforest because of the bugs.
Yeah, I know. There's no roads between Montreal and there, right? Correct. The last road in Quebec ends at La Grande. La Grande is where we land to fuel the plane tomorrow. La Grande is the end of the road for everything, and then from there on, you're in Nunavik. Um, no roads between of the any of the places in Nunavik. It's a 26-hour skidoo ride from Nunavik to the closest community. Is the tap water drinkable? Right now we're on a notice to boil. Uh, there is no tap water, right? What the tap water is it's directly pulled right from the bay, right from the Hudson Bay. Uh, your water pump station has a filter, but the filter is just a mesh at the end of the pipe that your water gets pulled through so that you don't get any fish or anything in it. There are some communities where those filters are broken, and then you can look into your water tank and see dead fish. Um, is it drinkable to an extent? Yes, it's drinkable. Is it suggested? Not really. And I mean that is the saddest thing, right? We still go. We had all this thing that just went on. We have all these people lowering flags right now for the 215 uh, unmarked graves that were found at a BC residential school. We are finding they're finding more unmarked graves at other residential schools, and we talk about how that was the worst thing that happened, but we're still leaving the people on these lands with no tap water, no drinking water. A lot of them are still on cisterns. A lot of them are doing what we're doing, which is pulling right from the lake. You think Toronto would do that? No. If Toronto lost its water system, you would spend billions of dollars to fix it. But because there's people in the north.
Water is not an essential service.
Yeah, that's actually what it was exactly said. Is water is not an essential service.
So
if the water trucks break, or the filter breaks, it's figured out on your own.
Only during the pandemic when we couldn't get people up readily.
Yeah, when you couldn't get people up, there was communities in Nunavik where their water trucks were breaking, and it was too bad you can go to the lake and get water. But they would send a sewage truck, a guy to fix the sewage truck. Sewage is apparently a necessity. Water is not a necessity. No necessary service with water. It's a weird thing. But again, Ottawa, Toronto, Edmonton, that would never happen. And I mean, you can argue that like rural places have wells, but I mean, a well is fairly simple to repair. I pulled a well myself at the age of 17. When we lived in Brayside, me and my stepfather at the time pulled the 185 feet of piping out. We wrapped around the house like 4 times to pull the pump out, fix the pump, and put it back in. Uh, as long as they're drilled, they're not hard to deal with. But it's, yeah. So pretty much, yeah, your water is more cooking, cleaning, and bathing is basically what you do with your water up there. Um, you can get like reverse osmosis filtered water, or you can buy bottled water, but bottled water is not very cheap. Filling up your own containers of RO water is not that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. Um, but then, I mean, if you don't want water as your beverage of choice, as long as you're doing, say, like real fruit juices or milk, you're not looking at a huge price tag. But if you want to drink pop or bottles of water or stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna go broke. So, in theory, would it be possible to snowmobile from Puvirnituq to Legrand, then drive? Uh, it would be possible. I don't know how much gas you'd have to bring with you. I don't know if you'd be able to like piggyback from community to community to community and get enough gas to get to Legrand.
You should be able to refuel in every community you hit.
Yes, but what I'm saying is I don't know how far between each community they are. Like some
Mm.
communities might be a lot further apart
Yeah,
than.
they are somewhere.
But I mean, they do like a 2 week long uh, 2 week long dog sled race and a week long skidoo race every winter. So, and usually for the skidoo race, they go from coast to coast. I believe it's like Kuujjuaq to Inukjuaq or something like that. So, yeah, it's possible. Just how long it's going to take you, I would have to ask around to some of the locals to find out exactly how long it would take. And I mean, this will be probably the last live stream we do until, at least until all the teachers and everything are completely out of town. I mean, school will be out when we get there, but as long as there's still teachers and stuff there, the internet is just atrocious. Um, yeah, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, we're down to 4 people. People left. They were like, screw you. We don't want to look at your ugly mug. It's okay, I know I have an ugly mug. She needs new glasses, and as soon as she gets new glasses, I'm getting divorced.
My glasses work just fine, thank you.
Your glasses work just fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I so sweaty?
I put the cool on, but I don't think it's doing much.
It's not doing much. Can we make it cooler?
You can try, but their system's not the same as the system I'm playing at the Holiday Inn.
Oh, the Holiday Inn was so nice.
It was. I had much experience with. Not that this place is awful, but.
Um, yeah, you asked that before, and I mean the answer before was we were hoping for 3 to 5 years. Realistically, especially now with another body up there, I'm guessing unless we get some good bonuses or something, we're probably looking at more the 5, 6 years, something like that. Um, yeah, no, I'm not a sexy beast, but I'm okay with that. Unless the girl has a Santa fetish, I'm a little SOL. Alicia, you have a Santa fetish?
No.
No. So I don't have to wear my Santa suit in bed anymore?
I turned the temp down, but
She's trying
I know
to.
that will work.
She's trying to ignore me. She's left. She's walked to another room. Toilet seat's broke? That's awesome to know. So, uh, yeah. There was one design flaw in the washroom here. So they have a shower. It's your usual just stand up shower, right? We're in the Sheraton by the airport in Montreal, and it's a beautiful building. This room is not actually all that big. We did think it was going to be a little bigger. It's a fucking Sheraton. Who would have thought that you'd be in a fucking sardine can? The Holiday Inn that we stayed in on our way down was bigger than this. And it's not that rooms really matter all that much, but it was just one of those things. And the washroom is a fucking little hole in the wall. But I mean, again, whatever. We're just nitpicking at this point. But there is a design flaw with the shower, and that is that you have to open the door of the shower, walk into the shower, turn the tap on, but as soon as you turn the tap on, the shower head turns on. So now you're standing under the ice cold water that's making your balls go up into your throat.
To be very careful if you have to poop. When you sit down on the toilet seat, it will pinch your thigh fat.
I don't have thigh
I
fat.
know. Yeah, you do.
I don't have no thigh fat.
You do.
Those ain't no thunder thighs.
I can sit in the chair.
You're gonna sleep in the chair.
It's too small. You take up too much room.
I take up too much room. You're the one that I'm in this tiny little corner on the edge of the bed.
And you need to move that right. Your feet are bugging me.
My feet are bugging you. Has your feet? My feet are bugging you. My feet are bugging you.
Love you.
I love you too.
Hey! Stop it!
Oh, God. That was a giant toe in the center of my ribs. I'm not doing anything. It is a joy to be married to this woman. I love her. I love her with all my heart. And she knows it. That's why she's a bitch. What was that giggle about, Aiden? You're supposed to be sleeping.
I'm crying. The lamb is probably too bright.
Okay, it'll go off soon, buddy. Don't you worry.
I'm not thirsty.
You'll have to wait till the morning for that to get fixed. Don't let us forget your Switch when we leave tomorrow.
I won't.
So what else do we want to talk about? We'll start our next vlog tomorrow, which will be the trip up to the north. Thank you, sir. You have a lovely evening. Enjoy yourself. And yeah, thank you for stopping by. It's always great to have anybody come and say hello. It really is. Your feet stink. She's ignoring me. She's good at that. I think this is the most open my eyes have been in a very long time. Yeah. Missed out on having some of the food I wanted to have. I wanted to have salad Thai. We didn't want to drive to St. Catharines. We were in St. Catharines. We should have gotten Thai food. We didn't want to drive to St. Catharines, so I didn't get the Thai food I wanted. For the fucking COVID test. So I ended up getting Thailandia. And, yeah. Not salad Thai. Did get Indian. Loved it. Did Chinese once. Didn't love it.
Told you not to order from kimonos.
You did tell me, but it was too late. It was already ordered. Did some fast food. Didn't love any of it. Pita Pit. You know, it's Pita Pit. Subway. You know, it's Subway. You Need a Pita. Yeah, it's You Need a Pita. It's good.
That's part of the problem. You couldn't travel to any other town to like eat.
La Grande is in Quebec, sir. It is basically like right at the, like if my nose is Nunavik, La Grande would be like right here. Be like, hi, have fun in Nunavik. But yeah, that was kind of the problem, right? We were only eating food made in Welland from Welland restaurants, and a lot of Welland restaurants aren't that great. There are some really good ones in Welland, but because I mean we both wanted to get frijoles as well, but we had to go to Niagara Falls, and we were just way too busy. We had 5 weeks, 5 weeks, and we really did nothing when you think about it. Like we had to drive to London to get my kids. We had to drive back to Welland. Then we had to drive to London to drop two of them off. Then back to Welland. So that was 2 days gone. We had to get to get to Welland, which was another day. It was just a hard one, but it was fun. It was good. We needed it. I guess that's it. I think it's just us and Mr. Vegan right now. So maybe I'm going to say my goodbyes. It was good talking to you all. If you have anything else to say, you have till I hit the X. Um, yeah. Bye bye. Thank you.